1.
Hello. Uh, I'm back, I guess. Hi. I'm Nambo here with a score attack run of Monkey Target, a mini game from Super Monkey Ball 1, to, I think, finish off the marble roller block. I might be remembering this incorrectly. But I'm not going to exactly be rolling the marble here, because in this mini game, Monkey Target, I'm going to be jumping off a ramp, flying through the air, collecting bananas, and trying to land on really small targets. And here with me to explain the routing and how everything works, I have Eddie, good friend of mine.
Hello.
Um,
Yeah. So,
yeah.
yeah. If you uh, notice, the help or the wheel of danger is turned on. That will mostly not change anything except for one. Are you starting that?
Yeah, I was just
Yeah.
gonna give a countdown so that timer is good and synced and stuff. So I will be starting on.
Oh, my bad. Okay.
We're good. Three, two, one, go.
All right. I'll just explain the wheel of danger again. So that's turned on for this score attack. Most of the items don't make any difference. The one to watch out for is Spike Ball. Um,
Which I did not
that
get.
will, yeah. Basically, the reason why Spike Ball is really detrimental is because it makes banana collection a lot more difficult. And the key to this is banana collection. So the way items work in this is that bananas, singles or bunches will progress your um, item by one in the top right. So it doesn't matter if you get a single or a bunch, each one will progress the selection by one. And the basically the strat here is to get three times the multiplier on every round, or at least that's what Nambo is trying to do.
Uh,
Um,
uh,
okay, for the first round, Nambo is not going to be landing on the target is
I
not that
missed. It's
important
okay.
on
It's
the
okay.
first round.
Yeah, it's not
Yeah.
as important here on round one. I was trying to get a 500 landing, but it's a little harder to do when you don't have as much momentum and the wind isn't that strong. There's a little bit of tech that we use to actually make these really precise landings on smaller targets, which are going to be way more important starting now and throughout the entire rest of the score attack, now that I have a consistent times 3 multiplier able to be gotten each round. Um, I do have to get bananas every single round still in order to build it back up to times 3. And I have to get exactly 5 as well. If I get an accidental extra banana anywhere, which isn't too likely to happen, but can be accidentally landed on, especially on this round, um, it will cycle back to 0 miles per hour. So I need to make sure I'm getting exactly 5 bananas every single time in order to cycle this little thing to times 3. And that was a really nice banana collection set there. Um, Now I just have to land on this thing, and this is showcasing the first example, because I kind of failed it last time, but that's fine. The first example of this tech that I'm going to be using to try to land on this target. I want to land on top of the pyramid for the 300 value, because that will multiply by 3 and give me 900 points. So I have the wind pointing against me. I've specifically angled myself coming into this platform so that the wind would be pointing the opposite direction I'm traveling, so it slows down my descent. And I purposely lose my momentum in the air to try to get a nice vertical landing on that, and that'll give us a nice, good starting 1,000 points to go into the rest of these rounds. So that's the general flow of how this score attack works. Is every single individual round of the 10 rounds is two phases: banana collection and target landing, and they kind of feed into each other in a really interesting way. Um, yeah, that's the basic setup of everything. Everything after that is just, whatever happens in each individual round. It is really, really hard, I will say, to continue getting bunches while also having the momentum to get a good landing, because you want high momentum for a easy landing. That way you have plenty of time to set it up and time to see the platform in advance, get to it, whatever. But you want as low momentum as possible for collecting bunches, specifically because it's just you're going into them faster, and it's like hitting a small, small target in the air horizontally. So here I'm going to try to lose my momentum in the air again. I'm trying to snake around in the air a little bit in such a way that gets the wind pointing against me. And with 11 mile per hour winds, this should be a good landing. There we go.
Oh, almost.
Nice.
Nice, nice. It is possible to land on the very edge of that and get 15 points. Um, Usually that happens more often when you have like magnet or break ball, but it is possible to get 15 points there.
Yeah, those are some
You're
of the other
pretty unlucky.
power-ups. There's other power-ups in this game, but we always want to use the ×3 one on every round that we can because it gives you mad points. So, little interesting dynamic I can talk about here, I guess, as well, that also kind of adds to the gameplay is not only does the wind randomize in direction, but it also randomizes in strength. And the thing is, there's no good RNG in any scenario, in my opinion, simply because if you get strong wind, it is harder to collect bananas, and if you get weak wind, it is harder to land on the targets. So no matter which one you're doing, oh my god, I screwed that up again. That's okay, that's okay. In my opinion, that's the hardest round to land the big jackpot landing on. I'm not going to be getting that every single time, but my goal is just to get as many of those ×3 high point value landings as I can.
Another spike ball round
Yeah.
makes banana collection a little tricky. Um, yeah, but you were also mentioning earlier about if you get an extra single or bunch, that'll reset the item counter. Sometimes on the top of the 300 target, a single can appear, which is pretty dangerous whenever that happens, because that can ruin the next round's 3x multiplier.
This round right here is one of my least favorite rounds to get spike ball on, which I just did. I'm gonna have to play this out, the spike ball on this target landing right here. I'm doing a little bit of snaking in the air because I have a little bit too much momentum in the position I'm in. So I want to try to get myself a better angle going into this. This is pretty good. I need to snake a little bit out to the left. This is the scary part. These spike balls aren't static. They move towards you. So I'm a little scared about that one down there. That one, like, the very top of the screen. Oh my god. Oh, okay. Okay, that's fine. Got a little backup 100. I had to drop early because if you touch that thing, it flings you off to the side and you can't recover from it. Like, you can't keep flying or anything. It stops you from being able to fly. So,
Yeah,
that's a really
that
scary
was
thing.
really close.
Those things are evil. I didn't even know that they moved towards you until I started doing, like, serious score attack runs of this. And I just noticed that, like, oh, hey, this thing wasn't here before, and now it's right next to me. What the heck?
It was moving so fast towards you as well.
Yeah, it intimidated me into clicking my my wing drop early. So, very spooky. Little piece of tech that I forgot to mention about the beginning of every single round that you might have picked up on is every single round except for the one with the map that has like circle shapes on it, I have been doing this like bump hit at the beginning in order to fling myself into the air. And that's because the base game for Monkey Target, like how you launch, works the exact same as Monkey Ball and as you just saw rolled out. And so it's better to stay in the air and not get friction on the ground when you're doing that initial launch. It gives you way more speed, and speed's obviously good because it lets you spend more time collecting bunches. There we go.
Nice.
Um,
Namb0 does use a setup on the circles round where he doesn't do that bump to set up the first bunch after the ramp better.
mhm. I love getting bombs on this round because it literally doesn't matter because the bombs never cover the tiny 500 point buoys on the side that I've been using to get my 500 point bonuses, and so it's just so funny when you get bombed because it's like, oh, big scary bombs, and I'm just not even gonna care.
Yeah, bombs can be a little bit of a problem on the pyramids, the second map,
Yeah,
if
that
there
map
are
I go for
bombs
the
on the
300.
300.
The
Yeah,
300's just a good amount easier to go for than the 500, and when I'm going for consistency and the amount of points that I want, I always go for the 300s on the pyramid rounds. Whereas, if you're technically going for, like, new personal best attempts, my own personal best gets the 500 landings on, like, 8 rounds, I think, which is really hard to do. That PB is kind of a fluke. That is not landing, is it? I have consistently not landed the ×3 500 on the circles round. I have one more chance to get it on round 10, but I'm gonna try to get revenge on that. That, in my opinion, is still the hardest target landing because you have so little momentum. It's so hard to set it up. You have to make really good decisions on when you're getting your bunches, and if you end up missing any of the bunches from earlier on, spending the time to go get a backup and still get your thing to ×3, which is really important, will oftentimes lose you the ability to even get a ×3 500 landing on that round.
By the way, was that a bomb on the 300 or was that on the slope? I didn't quite catch that.
I didn't catch it either, so I guess we'll see when I get to the 300. Oh boy. That was perfect bunch collection. Let's go. The speed looks pretty good. Okay, so here's another just like me narrating what's going on in my head right now. I'm trying to get myself to the left side of the pyramid with the 300 on it so that I can then turn, and that way the wind will be pointing directly against me. And there's that bomb. It doesn't look like it's in that bad of a position. I can just kind of stay on the right end here and not have to worry about rolling into it, unless I do a really, really poor landing. Honestly, I'd be more worried about hitting that banana next to the bomb than the bomb itself, because the bomb takes away my points for this round, but the banana takes away my opportunity to get a ×3 500 landing next round.
The really unlucky situations, like the bomb and the banana are like in the middle of the 300.
Yeah, it makes it so much harder to land. I've had rounds before where I've gotten like 3 bananas on the 300, and I've literally just opted out going for the 300. I'm just like, I'm just gonna try the 500 buoy this round instead. But, yeah, round 9. This is the last round where banana collection really matters, because, the banana collection's only for building up, the ×3 multiplier for the next round, which I've managed to do every single time, luckily. I haven't had to go for any backup magnet balls or anything. Knock on wood me saying that, but, on round 10, because there's no round after it, it doesn't matter if I collect any bananas or anything. So I can just spend as much time as I want setting up that final ×3 500, which means that bunch collection on this round is a little bit more important. I shouldn't be missing this many. I'm going to try to go for, okay, where do I go? This guy. I'm going to go for this guy here. And then try to curve over to the left, or to the right. Get this guy here, and then... Oh, jeez, this is a bad landing. Whatever, it's fine. Don't get the banana! Oh my god!
Oh my... That could have been catastrophic.
That could have been so many lost points. Alright, I have my final chance to get revenge on this round that I've missed the little target on every single time. Let's see if I can do it.
I believe in you.
Normally Spike Ball
doesn't matter.
Yeah, normally it matters the most on this round because it impedes your banana collection, as you can see with like it panning through with all the bananas there. Normally it impedes that, but because it's round 10, I don't have to collect those bananas. So I am going to get full speed off the edge here, and I'm going to spend as much time as possible setting up the angle for this target landing. I'm going to come off to the left here, so I can spin around out this way. I'm actually using the little radar on the left-hand side of the screen to figure out where the stage is relative to me, so I can get plenty of time to set it up and know where the little target is. I can hardly even see the actual target. I'm sure on stream it's kind of hard to see as well, but I'm getting myself plenty of time to make this landing, because I want to come from straight up like this. This is a pretty good angle. The wind is a little bit against me right now. Oh, that might overshoot a little bit. Alright, we're dropping early. Ah, almost.
Yeah, close.
Dang. Still broke 5,000. Breaking 5,000 was my personal goal for this little score showcase, but that is time, that last target. I forgot to say it before I was getting it. But, yeah. It's really, really hard to land those targets when you have lower wind, because you can't stop in the air at all. The closest you can come to stopping is when you have like 18-mile-per-hour winds going against you, and you're basically going straight down at that point. But when you have like 10 or less, which I had 10 there, I think, it's a lot of like a guessing game of figuring out when you have to close the ball and start letting it get pushed backwards by the wind to land on those things. It's possible, but it's hard as heck. But
yeah, the wind affects.
That flew by. That absolutely flew by. But yeah.
No pun intended.
Oh, jeez, didn't even realize. But yeah, shoutouts to Monkey Ball in general and the peeps playing this game. Not a lot of people play on Monkey Target actively, but it's still a really fun minigame that a lot of people played when they were younger and a lot of people will remember, so. And shoutouts to Eddie, thank you for helping me commentate this.
And that's to you.
It's hard to talk and make good decisions.
Hey Namb0, if you want to give that last little bit another shot, we are still a little bit ahead of time. I have word from my producer, I guess, here. So you can just keep going for a little bit. That would be epic.
I'll go for one more 500 landing, and if I get it, maybe I'll even go for another one in a row on the pyramids round. Gotta show some action of what landing on these things looks like.
Alright, 16 is...
Oh, I just realized, you know what? I'm gonna go for Banana Collection. I'm gonna go for Funny Banana Collection here.
This is the hardest situation to collect bananas. And sideways, high wind, spike ball.
Okay. Oh, okay. My banana collection is a little bit miserable right now. I did not use the setup that I usually use for collecting bananas, but let me turn myself back around and get my angle set up for this guy over here. I have a good amount of height for this. So let's turn it. I'm gonna have to come in at a little bit of an awkward angle, but luckily 16 miles per hour wind is a really good thing for landing on these guys. That's the funny thing about 0 mile per hour wind, is that even though it makes banana collection easier, it definitely makes it near impossible to land on these high point target values. So yeah, there's my revenge, I guess. Back on that. Let me just see how many of these I can get in a row. I'm gonna speed run seeing how many of these I can get. I'm not even gonna bother collecting bunches or anything. I'm just gonna go at as many 500s as I can in a row. No item. I don't want to set my win to 0. That would be bad. Okay.
Itemless high score attempts.
Heck yeah. If I was going for true high score, I'd be still collecting bananas, but... Gonna set myself up to this side. You generally want to set yourself up by going in the direction that the wind's pointing relative to the target you're gonna land on, then turning around, and then facing the target opposite of the direction the wind's going. So I'm doing that a little bit here. You can't quite see the inputs I'm doing, but I'm doing like some downright and upright in order to get that turn going. Because if you just hold downright or just hold upright, the turn will either be like too steep and it won't happen, or it will be not steep enough and you'll just like, you know, sail one direction. I'm gonna try to, okay, and I'm gonna drop a little bit early here. Ah, okay.
Oh, close.
I thought I was going for a little bit more forwards than I was. You can just give me, by the way, the heads up whenever you're good to move on to the next run, and I can stop doing these in a row 500s, but I'm gonna just keep going for then. Or until then. But, yeah.
No word on that. But I do want to say that we have opened the Fire Emblem Byleth name bid war. So if anyone's interested in that, you are now free to... Oh, I just got the word that they are ready to roll.
Alright.
So
I will finish this one landing, and then we'll sign off. Should I do this landing a little quick? Whoop. Dipping down a little bit. Lose my speed.
You're like perfectly aligned in the opposite direction of the wind.
Yeah, 14 mile per hour wind is a nice medium middle ground where it's like pointing backwards a good amount, but it's not enough to like impede your flight. Nice.
Nice.
But yeah. That's Monkey Target. That's how you get score in this game. You go get bananas, then you land on small targets, and it's really, really intricate for some reason, because of course party games from 2002 are intricate. But yeah, thank you so much for checking this out. Donations for Woo!